We have a very specialized body of knowledge around meeting and event planning. In fact, we're the only program in the United States that offers the most meeting planning education in this special area. All of our instructors are real-world smart. They carry the highest designation in our industry called the Certified Meeting Professional. So they bring in a vast body of knowledge. They bring in vast experiences. They've worked in the field of meeting and event planning. It is a great unknown of what events are. It covers the gamut from trade shows to special events to festivals to large conventions. And so we have a vast experience in our instructors to bring that real-world smart into our students. Most of our graduates have really migrated towards the association and nonprofit worlds. I think that really reflects where the economy is today. With corporate America downsizing and right-sizing, we've really seen more of our graduates move into association planning because associations create conventions and trade shows to drive revenue. And so our planners are responsible to bring in that revenue through those vehicles of meetings and events. Nonprofits, most of their special events are around fundraising. So they bring in big donors around events to help solidify their brand and bring in their revenue. We start out from the inception of just an idea of a meeting event, from the goals and objectives, as well as the logistics, from trade show to special events to production to lights, food and beverage, room setup. We also cover registration, we cover housing, we also cover contracts and risk management. So we really cover the gamut in depth. These courses that I talk about are each individual courses. They're not covered in two courses. So students really get their hands involved in the subject matter, and they get real-world experience on working on real-world projects. In fact, what I've heard from most employers from our alumni is that the difference they had in the interviews was they walked in with a portfolio of projects that they did in classes, and that really separated them from other individuals when they were interviewing. They could see that they knew the knowledge. They could see, what does organized look like? How do they communicate it? Do they really think about the details? This allows them to show those employers. I just was at an industry event yesterday here in Wisconsin, Meeting Professionals International, the Wisconsin chapter, and we had our alumni and we had current students there at this education day. And we often have our alumni coming in, share best practices, what do they learn, what did they learn here, and how did it transfer into the real world? What do they wish they really focused on, or one thing they would ask before they go out into the real world? So I'm constantly having that equilibrium of communication going back and forth, because there's things, more learning happens outside the classroom than in. And that real world experience from our alumni cannot be duplicated. Providing the real world knowledge to our students to be able to go out into the workforce and do it. Knowledge is only good for what it's worth until you put it into practice. For me as the instructor, to see my students out there producing events, one just came back from Asia, one came back from Spain, they're going places and creating great events and great experiences. Experiences, what we do in meeting event planning is around experiences that transform people, transform lives, and transform human development. That's what we do as planners. So to see my students out there creating these great experiences of meetings and events that are helping organizations produce business results and helping people transform their lives is really great. So from that side, from our students, they're doing great work out there. From a program standpoint, one benefit that I love being here at MATC is that we are really flexible and innovative in our curriculum. We are constantly staying in tune with trends and integrating into our classroom. So as I've seen more of my students go into the association world, we're adding more association curriculum inside. Volunteer management, Things are like that, so we can easily add it in.